Close.
Close.
Buddhi Pradhan, the best position to judge, says not out.
Probably pitching leg, and with the lack of turn, maybe even going down, continuing to go around leg.
Mohammad Aslam bowls from wide of the crease, creates a big angle, seems to be going down the leg side more often than not. Good decision.
Smart bowling too, because that's where it's hardest to put away if you get it right. There you go.
Looks much closer and is given him. That's the end of Tanvir. Runner ball 16. Aslam making the adjustment in line this time. Tanvir going right across it. Pays the price. This time the umpire Buddhi Pradhan has no doubt about it. That was hitting middle stump halfway up.
He put that down to the over before as well, where they kept things quiet, and all of a sudden the Qataris, who like to have a bit of a swing, probably felt the need to try and look for a shot, manufacture a shot.
I'll tell you what, I met a few Nepali supporters at the hotel, and there's a lot of people south of the Everest cheering Kuwait on here.
Yes, after the antics of the first day, where nobody expected Qatar to beat Nepal or beat them as that easily.
Says Awiz Malik, but it looks like Tamur Sajad, if I'm not mistaken, who has walked out, the skipper, to join Inamul Haq. Number 7 is the skipper, Tamur Sajad. It's a wonderful player. I think Qatar has the ideal pair in the middle at the moment for this situation. Let's see how they react. It's beautiful bowling here by Aslam, keeping it tight.
And a rare defensive shot. Don't see that too much in this form of the game.
There you see the Manhattans. Qatar really getting off to a blazing start, and now being masterfully pulled back by Kuwait. The loss of those 3 wickets. Tell you, this match will go right down to the wire. Inamul Haq and Tamur Sajad do hold the key for Qatar. Kuwait would be looking ideally to see the back of one of these two gentlemen, and preferably both.
Shiraz Khan, new bowler in. Off spin, and it's put down towards deep cover. Fielded well. Back in for just a single. Shiraz Khan took a fantastic catch today to dismiss Faisal, who was in a very destructive mood. I think Kuwait can thank him taking that half chance and ensuring that Faisal didn't stick around, because you do feel that the way Faisal was going.
That's a magnificent delivery. Beats the Qatari skipper. Slightly faster. Tipped on him. Beat him all ends up. He's at the halfway mark. Qatar 88 in this chase. Punch down to long off for a single. The required run rate going up to 8.51. Quite manageable on this ground. Qatar requiring a further 109 runs with 7 wickets in hand from 57 deliveries.
You do see a bit of a spring in the step with the Kuwaitis as well. I think after the start of the power play, it looked a bit flat when Qatar got away to that blazing start. And now, in having taken 3 wickets, taken 3rd wicket, in the last over, it just looks like Kuwait just have a bit more belief.
That looks pretty close.
Ooh.
Umpire Kali thinks otherwise.
Yeah, probably a bit too high.
A bit too high, yes.
And also probably spinning enough to go down leg.
Yes, Qatar maintaining a run rate of 8.5 at the moment. They'll need to step on it. That's the gap between runs required and balls.
That is a very, very crucial wicket. And Shiraz coming on has played a part in getting rid of two of Qatar's most dangerous players. First in taking that diving catch in cover, and now removing Inamul Haq, who you feel was the key to this chase with his composed demeanour. But now this just turns the tables back in Kuwait's favour, and you can see now that Kuwait also feel that collectively that they're back in it.
Tell you what, this ICC World T20 Qualifiers Asia Final has provided some absolutely breathtaking cricket. All teams fighting tooth and nail. They know the importance of every match, as only one team will proceed from here onwards to the UAE, to the global qualifiers. And if Kuwait wins today, once again, throws the table wide open.
Yes, and Qatar dealt a major, major blow. Don't think Tanveer would have wanted to see his partner out in the middle leaving the way he did. Very uncharacteristic hoik of the bat by Inamul Haq. You do feel that maybe an error of judgment, because he had his captain out there and you have your most experienced batsman just to take it to the 15th over and keep wickets in hand, and they have enough batting in the ranks to clear shorter boundaries straight. So maybe not doing himself any favours and putting Qatar under more pressure, and that scoreboard pressure now is starting to tell.
Yes, it's still 107 runs being required. Tamoor Sajjad will have to play out of his skins to pull this one back to get Qatar over the line. It's very capable of doing that. At the end of 11 overs, Qatar 91 for the loss of 4 wickets. Stoppage this one. Drop short of the fielder, who makes almost a meal out of it.
Yes. Always be careful of the spin. It's made so many fielders look silly over the years. The spin off the outfield after landing.
Aslam's been doing a wonderful job for Kuwait and his skipper. That's a very good bit of fielding off his own bowling. Excellent commitment shown here by the Kuwaitis.
He's been their best bowler by far. Since he's come on, he's kept things quiet, whereas the rest of the bowlers took a bit of tap.
As he's into his third over, has only conceded 5. Picked up a crucial wicket.
Considering that there's 92 runs on the board and he's only conceded 5, that says a lot.
Mohammad Rizlan, the wicket keeper, out there batting with his captain. This Qatar's got to be intelligent. They just need to take this chase.
Fielded there by Asan, taking Qatar to 95.
Hasan Nasser there with a bit of deft footwork that made Ronaldo proud.
Yes.
It's a long way down for the big man.
Yep, the good old big boot, they call it. So
got the size 14s down on it.
Yep, it's big enough, why not? As long as you're not stepping on the ball. Well played, dabbed off to point. Well fielded, good arm. Shiraz has looked very active in the field, and that's probably been the difference between the two sides. Qatari probably more of an aging side, and whereas Kuwaitis possess some younger cricketers. Oh,
acrobatic attempt, can't prevent the single. Yes, Shiraz been an absolute live wire at backward point. Yes, Qatar, they'll be feeling the heat from many different sides. At the end of the 12th over, Qatar 96 for the loss of 4. 103 more runs required.
I think credit should be given to Aslam here. He's bowled 3 overs for just 7 runs in the scoreboard that's reflecting 96 for 4 after 12 overs. That is just quite sensational, and I think you would say that that's the area of his bowling that's pulled Kuwait back into this game after such a blazing start by Qatar.
Yes, sometimes all the run making and wicket taking gets noticed, and the run restrictions hardly get a mention.
Exactly. In this form of the game, it's you would feel that every 2 overs of maidens is not as good as taking a wicket. So
Mohammad Kashif once again the captain for Kuwait. Brilliant 43 off 20. Shiraz coming into bowl from the Balestier Road end. He's got the golden arm today. Let's see whether he can pick one more up. Beats the batsman outside off stump.
Yeah, we think at this point the Qatari batsman looking at the scoreboard and thinking, you know what, there's still a lot to do. You might see rasher shots, although that's been hit down to
deep extra cover.
We would say, yep. Long off, sorry.
For a single. Kuwait wouldn't mind these singles. The pressure's certainly on Qatar to make the play.
He's launched that. That is gone.
That is a huge hit. Tamoor Sajjad depositing Shiraz over the pavilion. That one's got frequent flyer miles on it. That's gone a long way.
Yep, that's gone. It's got the ground staff scrambling to look for that one. It's gone over the clubhouse.
Tabarak Da, the extra umpire today, gentleman from Hong Kong, bringing out the spare balls. Gonna need a few of them if Sajjad keeps continuing in this frame of mind. And this is exactly what Qatar requires at the moment as well. They need to get a move on here, but it's a tricky situation, Arju. They can't afford to lose much more wickets.
Nope, they can't, and they need to step on the gas. They need some big hitting now, just more like what just happened then. And credit to the ground staff as well. They found and retrieved most of the balls that made their way out of this very small ground. So
our facilities manager, together with his troop of trusty men, doing a great job. Put on a wonderful square and a wonderful outfield for this cricket action to take on.
Nice and flat. Well fielded there by Aslam. In for the single, that's it. Safe.
Right, over to the wicket keeper. Mohammad Rizlan. Can he do something more? He can.
And that's gone again. Same area.
Magnificent shot. Hung back. Read the drift. Deposited it in the pavilion.
Yeah, you would think that was in the arc for him, and he's played that really well. Just played through the line, stayed balanced, and this short straight boundaries. You would think that even on a bigger ground, they'll probably found its way beyond the boundary, and that is just given Qatar's innings a bit of life. 111 for 4.
The end of 13 overs. A good friend, senior umpire Sarika Prasad, coming in to say hi. It's always nice to see him. Well, what a match this is turning out to be. Qatar refusing to go away. Kuwait looking to close it out. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are tuned in, don't go anywhere. This one's going to go down to the wire.
It's very, very crucial over now. And Aslam has bowled, only conceded 9 runs of his 3 overs. If he can do the same this time, you would think that he would just bring Kuwait back into it. And a single off the first ball.
I think smart batting as well. I think one of the two batsmen, they would decide to take a few chances. They can't afford overs to just drift by. Kuwait, on the other hand, wouldn't mind these singles at all.
It's well bowled, really well bowled. Just you could say a harmless single to long off.
Tamoor Sajaj having a look at the deep mid-wicket boundary. Might be planning to go straight. Misses an opportunity. A full toss down the leg side. Only manages a single to short fine leg. Be disappointed.
That he would be very disappointed. That should have found its way to the boundary. Not the best of balls. Probably the worst ball that Aslam's bowled all day. Well bowled again.
This is an excellent over. Mohammad Aslam really showing how it's done.
What he's done really well is he's changed the pace up, and he looks for these angles coming wide and coming close to the stumps. Not relying too much on turn.
Once again, just another single. And if you also see his release points, he looks like he's undercutting the ball, and that doesn't really allow the batsman to get underneath it. It skids on off the surface. If any youngsters watching, this is excellent left arm orthodox bowling.
Just someone who knows where his fielders are and doesn't try too much. Just using his angles, like you said, using his point of release, and that's all he's done. And he's bowled his 4 overs for just 13 runs for 1 wicket. He's done a great job here for Kuwait.
It's very impressive, and good bit of running between the wickets. Finally, from Qatar, putting the pressure on, running the first one hard. That did extract the mistake from the Kuwaiti fielder. At the end of 14 overs, Qatar 117 for the loss of 4. Arju, this is going to be a really exciting game. 36 deliveries, 81 runs required. In the modern T20 game, anything's possible.
Yes, true. You do, however, feel that they need a plan of action now, and it's about taking on. They need 2 heavy scoring overs. It's about the captain who's out there in the middle with Rizlan trying to pick out which bowler to go after. Aslam is done with his overs, so he's out the way, and they don't have to be too concerned about him anymore.
Yes, my trusty calculator on the mobile says they require 13.5 and over.
Right. That is still quite a daunting task.
It is.
Skipper Kashif come back on for his off spinners, and he might just pick up a wicket here.
Hopefully there's no collision. This ball safely drops between the two fielders.
Yes.
Kashif should have let the fielder coming in off the long off boundary go for it. But anyway, falls safely. 1 run to the total.
I don't think he'll bother Kashif too much. At least that's not gone for a boundary. And the Qataris will need to start sending a few out the park at this point.
Once again, full toss, only managing a single.
And Kuwait will have that all day long.
Yep. You're not going to get 13.5 and over scoring singles.
True.
Once again, single down to long on.
No damage done. Kashif coming around the wicket, spearing it into the pads, not giving them too much room to free the arms. So
it's got good protection on the boundary.
Yep. He's played that well off his feet, but that you would think would only be one. Oh, a bit of a fumble, but recovers in time.
This is where really Qatar needs to get their running between the wickets and the urgency on. They're only barely jogging the singles. They really need to get a push on. It's a well fortified leg side field, long on, deep mid wicket, deep backward square leg, and a cow corner. This is excellent bowling by Kashif. Intelligent cricket. Well, that was a full toss once again.
well speared in, nice and sharp into the pads. Just does not allow too much for freedom of shot. And even if they do get hold of one, it's a very protected area. So yes, very, very smart. Whether he's doing it intentionally though. There you go. Again, into the protected area. Just a single.
It's a very good
harm
over.
done. And Kashif has finished off his over there. Done very well. He's taken the pressure off the Kuwaiti team at this point at 15 overs. With 5 overs left, that run rate is a mountain now.
Yes, I think Qatar only got themselves to blame, having received a wonderful start by the openers. They seem to have lost the momentum in the middle, especially with their lackadaisical running between the wickets, the inability to put some of the loose balls to the boundary. Now I feel they have left quite a bit of work to be done in this last 5 overs. I know it's not over till the fat lady sings, but I can hear her clearing the throat now.
Yes, the old saying, but I like what you added on at the end. But yeah, well, look, it's the modern game, T20. It's not about just hitting and hoping. There are so many aspects of the game that add to the value of a T20 cricketer. And running between the wickets is definitely one of them. You just need to be pushing that first one hard. As much as this is a small ground, you do feel that if you hit it to areas to mid-wicket or cover deep, there is a chance of taking a second run because it is long enough to do that. But you can't just hope. Can't just hope for everything to go over the boundary and just take your singles.
That's a magnificent shot off the back foot. Tamoor Sajjad piercing the gap between deep extra cover and sweeper. That ball was begging to be punished. Tamoor did exactly the same. Wonderful shot. Can this be the big over that Qatar was looking for? On this occasion, hits it down to deep extra cover. Well positioned fielder. Shiraz Khan coming from the Serangoon Road end. This has gone miles in the air. Takes the wicket. Kuwait's pumped up. It's gone the wicket, the crucial wicket. That might just be it for Qatar. Kuwait certainly hammering the nails in now. That ball went miles in the air. That was a very good catch. Had a long off, made it look easy. Kuwait, should they win by a massive margin, that would also boost their net run rate. And once again, this tournament be wide open. Singapore leading the points table at the moment with 3 points after 2 matches, winning 1 and 1 abandoned game. Malaysia placed second, playing 2 matches, winning 1, losing 1 with 2 points. And Nepal, having played 2 matches with 1 win and 1 loss, also has 2 points. Qatar, 2 matches, 1 win, 1 loss, 2 points. Kuwait, 2 matches, 1 loss, 1 no result. And they look like they're on their way to a victory here. This is excellent bowling. And right after this, the 2 o'clock game between host Singapore and Malaysia. Be another crucial one. Today being a Friday, expect a lot of people to come in and watch that. That's a wide. Shiraz will not be happy about that. But the Qatar captain out there, Tamoor Sajjad, doesn't give up till the end. Turns it around. Smashes it to deep backward square leg. Unfortunately for Qatar, the singles will not have the desired impact. Kuwait now slowly but surely applying the rear naked choke on Qatar. It's an excellent bit of bowling. That's the end of the 16th over. Qatar 130 for the loss of 5. Widescreen. There you can see the worms. Qatar falling below Kuwait there. It will be a steep climb from here if they are to surmount this required run rate. Kuwait looks well and truly in control. The Manhattans firmly showing Kuwait in control. That middle period from around the 7th over till the 13th costing Qatar dearly, losing regular wickets and unable to get a move on with the required run rate. Kuwait on the other hand, they'll be very pleased with the way they have come out and played with intent today. Batted exceptionally well and backed it up with some brilliant fielding and bowling. Hassan once again hitting the deck hard, bowling to his field. Sankar Vardappan there, deep mid wicket, does the fielding. These singles are not going to disturb Kuwait at all. Tamu 25 off 21. Noman yet to get off the mark. Hassan Nasir, experienced campaigner, running in from the Balestier Road end. It's well fielded down there, deep extra cover. Another dot ball. Arju will come back.
Yeah, look, I do feel that at this point you could safely say that if Qatar were to win it from here, it would take a sensational effort. Kuwait has probably gone through the worst part of this game and survived with that great start and weathered the storm.
If Qatar wins it from here, my neighbor will eat her grandma's swig.
Well, you know what? You might have just spoken too soon.
I said my neighbor.
Yes, I like how neighbor was emphasized.
Underscored that it was my neighbor. It's a magnificent shot.
That is
drilled over, long off.
Stand and deliver. Baseball like.
Tamu Sajad. He's in no mood to hang around. It's deposited. Hassan, well over, long off.
Blatant disregard for the bowler and what you said.
My neighbor might be starting to look for that wig.
Oh God.
Been some entertaining cricket, absolutely, from ball one.
Yeah, he's in the mood now. Well, there's nothing else he can do, really. All he has to do now is just launch and hope. And that was a good start in where that ball ended up. So you would see he'll probably need to hit about 4 or 5 more of those to make it even close.
And I tell you, the best way to get your mind free and relax is just to go for it right now. And then anything could happen.
Well, it's come to a point of game where if you tried and got out, nobody's going to really give you any grief when you get back to the dugout, because that's all that's needed.
And there's no glory in coming not out.
True.
Hassan Nasir, the wheels almost came off the truck at that point.
Yep.
Bowling a wide. I think he's feeling the heat a little bit.
Yeah, just doesn't want to put it into that zone with the straight boundaries being so short. But he could probably afford to at this point, just to go for the whole concept of if you miss, I hit, just bowling a bit straighter. That's a great shot. That's dispatched with ease. Very, very good shot. Down to cover.
Hassan Nasir, he'll be glad this over is finished. Qatar 144 for the loss of 5 wickets at the end of the 17th over. 18 balls remaining, 58 runs. I tell you what, I still feel this is going to be a very close game if the Qataris manage to hit a few big ones in this over.
I guess it's all about who comes on to bowl at this point. It
looks like the paceman coming in. This might even help Qatar's cause. Few educated edges. They'll be hoping for everything.
Yeah, I mean, look, Qatar can rest in knowledge that the left-arm spinners have probably bowled out. So, and the best of them in Aslan would bowl really well. So Shiraz Khan looks like he's got one more left, and that must be him coming on right now.
Yes, Shiraz Khan's got one left. Mohammad Ashan's got one left. Janu Damood's got one left. Kashif himself, the skipper's got 2. And Ahmed's got 2. Well, Kuwait seem to be confident bowling their spinners. And why not? They've done the job.
Yes, and if pick Shiraz to bowl his last over from the right end, because that is the longer boundary. And being what looks like off spin, leggy or leg spin. Sorry about that. It was confusing Kashif for Shiraz. That long boundary there takes a bit of hitting.
Especially against the stern.
Exactly.
Slight misfield there, allowing the batsman to scamper through for a single. Kuwait wouldn't mind that. Qatar need more than singles.
Not hurting Kuwait at all at this stage. And looks like the left arm paceman, and that is gone miles in the air. Take a bit of catching, running in. Oh, great attempt. Great attempt. That would have been more for show than anything else, because at the end of the day, still only 1 run. Drop catch, I don't think Kuwait would be too bothered, because that he covered a lot of ground trying to get in, try and take that.
Hamad Damanullah really showing the intent and the commitment. That's sort of been the mindset with which Kuwait has played today. That's enabled them to get into this strong position. Wonderful to see. It's good for this tournament as well.
They've just actually not a bad setup. Kuwait, good side. Looks like batting is their key strength, and that's a very well played shot.
It's a high quality shot there by the skipper.
Switch hit, and he's hit that, and that was probably a risk worth taking, and he's paid dividends. Gone for 4 in good time. Hit it with the spin.
Shiraz Khan trying to keep the ball outside off. Tamoor Sajjad only manages a single. That'll be the end of the 18th over. Qatar 153 for the loss of 5 wickets.
Just looking at this chase as well, it just shows that at this ground 170 is not a safe score at all. So
The other day we were always thinking 180, 185 was the pass score on the track, and the lightning quick outfield, the short straight boundaries.
let's take away those 18 additional runs here in Kuwait's target, and this would have been a very doable chase for Qatar.
Right now 45 runs required off 12 balls. Looks like my neighbour's wig's going to be safe, Arju.
Yeah, I think don't want to think what a wig would taste like, but I can't imagine it'll taste too nice. Ilyas, the left arm paceman who opened the bowling, took a bit of tap in his first over, went for 19 runs in his first over, and now with the big asking rate, probably not a bad time to see how he goes.
Yes, Ilyas Ahmed, left arm around.
That's not a good start for Ilyas. That's 4.
Drifting down the legs. Tamoor Sajjad helping it on its way. Pass deep backward square for 4.
You do wonder, however, if Kashif has just got this a bit wrong here, because not a good time to introduce a paceman who's not actually found his stride today. So if this over goes for plenty, you might just see that wig coming back into contention again. So just the one.
Just the one. Yeah, look, Ilyas has got to get this right.
It's just things like that doesn't help.
Yeah.
Balls return back nice and fast, and then you're letting go through your legs.
And the batsman at the striker's end, he was minding to his gloves. Captain Tamoor not impressed with that. He would have been looking to get on strike.
That's 4 again.
Gun barrel straight, drilled it back pass. Ilyas Ahmed getting the treatment here today. It's not been his day for the fast bowler.
See a lot of the fielders gesticulating to Ilyas as to where to bowl it. Probably bowling a bit too straight, being a left armer with that pace. The bottom hands come into effect for the Qataris.
Yes, Adnan Idris very animated at long on.
There you go again, but should be safe. And it's gone for 4. You know what? Might want to ask the neighbour to take that wig out of the closet and keep it on the table.
Ilyas Ahmed has got the teapot on, hands on hips. The very animated Adnan Idris chooses to support his bowler nonetheless. Well, this is still not over, isn't it?
No, it isn't. But you have to question that whether skipper Kashif has done the right thing here. So why get a team like Qatar back into contention?
Yes, that's what, as we were discussing before, if you do bring the pace, that's really helping Qatar out. The spinners have been doing a wonderful job. Well, I think he should be bowling wicket to wicket, not dishing out those bowling machine deliveries.
Doesn't have too much pace to bother the batsman, so you need to be very particular in where you when you hit your areas. And that's probably good that he's got the batsman having to reach and play a more honest shot. So that's just safely down to deep cover for single, and that's over. And I think Ilyas will be happy that he's only had an onslaught of 3 4s.
Qatar 167 for the loss of 5 at the end of 19. Well, we're about to start the last over of the day.
31 runs required, is that right?
Yes, 32 to win.
32 to win, sorry.
Qatar requires. That's what Crick Info says. I believe it's 31, Arju.
Yes,
You might have got it right.
Yeah. So Ilyas Ahmed's gone for 41 runs in his 3 overs, and that's probably criminal in in T20 or in any form really. So
I would have asked him to buy my neighbour a new wig.
yes, yeah, I'm sure the neighbour's just now very happily put that wig back in the closet.
Looks like Hassan. Nasser to bowl the last over from the Serangoon Road end. Kuwait team pumped up here. I think be feeling wonderful to get on the winning board.
Having said that though, Hassan conceded 28 of his 3, so don't know, let's see.
Need all his experience here.
It's a funny game. There you go. That's found some legs, and that will go for, let's see, 4.
Yes, this is not very intelligent bowling. I think the heat might have got to him.
Yeah, and he's got to understand that all his short balls have not been very effective. Not this wicket. You need to have a bit of pace about you to...
That's very unlucky. It didn't go all the way. Just fell inches short of the rope there.
True.
Hassan Nasser. I think he's taking a punt on the law of averages.
It's a good shot, and it looks like it's going to make its way for 4.
What a shot
That's
that
4.
was.
He's hit that with really, really good force. Good hands, just through the line. And still, I think a bit too much to do at the end here.
Yes, this is... and also I think bringing back the pace bowlers is a very risky call. Good thing that they had 31 runs to defend at the beginning of this over.
Exactly.
Otherwise it would have been...
Well, he's gone again, and this is going to make its way for 6. Right on the fence, and...
I tell you what...
It is... This game might not be over just yet, so...
Hassan Nasser, he's really dishing out some meat pies. Qatar, they're gleefully accepting the drinks and the treats.
And it is quite shocking, really. I mean, yes, you've been brought on to bowl. You are a pace bowler, but you can be smart in where you know it's a short boundary straight, and to bowl it full in that strike zone with a military medium, really, you're really asking for it. And why leave it to chance? And all of a sudden, the Kuwaitis looking a bit flustered. Keeper, you can always tell by the keeper how animated he is. Looking around, talking to Kashif, his captain, probably asking, why do we have to bring the paceman on at this point? I think Kashif had a few overs left up his sleeve.
Yeah, Kuwait also needs to slow the game down a little bit here. Sort of... They're just going through the motions to close it out.
And that's
there you go. That's a much better result.
Even 3 6s at that point would have done it. So safely say that Qatar's won this. It'll take a lot. Somebody was just mentioning in the room that a wide 4, if it came along, you'll need about 3 wide 4s now. So, and bowled that well, straight back down. And the last ball to be bowled, 15 runs required.
Yes. Hassan Nasser seems to have been playing for a very, very long time for Kuwait.
Yes.
And he looks like he's feeling the heat.
Yeah, I think he's glad that this is going to be the last ball of the day and that his team has won. He's probably just going to bowl it wherever he wants, and even if it were to go for 6 at this point, don't think he'll be too bothered. It's gone for 44 runs so far.
Might be looking forward for an ice bath.
Yes, definitely. Last ball of the innings. And that is going to be 4.
4 runs.
So Kuwait have won this quite handsomely by 10 runs or 11 runs, sorry. By 5 wickets. Right, and a very good win here for Kuwait. and they get their first points. Not so much points, but they had shared points before, the 1 point against Singapore, but now they've picked up a win and added 2 to that tally. So Qatar, after the jubilation of beating Nepal and looking to be and throwing this race wide open, have lost to their Gulf neighbors, Kuwait, familiar foes I'm sure, and now everybody's got points, and it leaves it to a very interesting 2 days.
The next game is going to be an absolute cracker. Singapore versus Malaysia. Don't go anywhere. We'll join you shortly with the award ceremony.